Shiva Puranam, Rudra Samhita, Parvati Khanda, Chapter 1, Marriage of Himalaya. Narada said, O Brahma, how was the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, known as Sati, the mother of the universe, putting an end to her body in the yajna of her father, was reborn as the daughter of Himalaya? And how did she, after performing the severe penance, regain Shiva as her husband? You kindly narrate the story in detail. Brahma said, O excellent sage, you listen to the auspicious and the excellent story of Parvati, which destroys the sins. At the time when the supreme goddess Sati was roaming about over Himalaya with her husband, at the same time Menaka, the wife of Himalaya, was completely satisfied with all the riddhis and the siddhis, taking her to be her own daughter, and she used to serve her. But when Sati, having been humiliated by her father, burned her body in the fire of Yajna, the goddess Parameshwari achieved the abode of Shiva. O sage, Menaka, the wife of Himalaya, at the same time adored Sati in the Shiva Loka. Then it came into the mind of Sati that she should be born as the daughter of Himalaya. Sati, who had ended her life in the yajna of Daksha, was reborn delightfully as the daughter of Menaka. She was known by the name of Parvati. At the advice of Narada, she performed severe penance, and she again got Shiva as her husband. Narada said, O Brahma, O destiny, O immensely intelligent one, and best among the people with wisdom, you first tell me the story of the birth of Menaka and her marriage. Graceful is the chaste Menaka, who gave birth to a daughter named Parvati. Therefore, she, the chaste lady, is quite graceful and is adorable by all. Brahma said, O sage Narada, you listen from me. The story of the birth of Parvati. How was she married, and what was her conduct? All these auspicious details increase the devotion. Out of all the mountains in the north, Himalaya indeed is the highest one. O excellent sage, this mountain is extremely illustrious, filled with splendor and prosperity. Because of his mobile and immobile nature, he has two aspects. I briefly describe about his subtle form. Extending from east to west, it serves as the measuring rod. It is the abode of several types of gems and serves as a measuring rod for the earth. Several species of the trees are grown over it, and it has many peaks. The animals like lions, tigers, and others, besides the ascetics surround the same. This happens to be the largest abode of snow, having several surprises, and is dear to the gods, sages, siddhas, and ascetics, serving as an abode for them. He has the pure soul and happens to be the abode of austerities, besides being the treasure of several metals. He has the divine form, is charming and beautiful in all forms, is the part of Vishnu, unblemished, and is dear to the noble people. For the expansion of his race and the Dharma, the king of the mountains desired to marry himself, by means of which the gods as well as the men could be served. For the establishment of their task, all the gods, O excellent sage, went to the men living in the celestial places and said to them, the gods said, getting delighted, all of you should listen to our words. In case you intend to perform the task of the gods, then do as we pray to you. You have a divine girl named Menaka. You lovingly marry that girl to Himalaya, the lord of the mountains. By doing so, all would be immensely benefited, and the miseries of the gods would also be removed. Brahma said, thus listening to the words of the gods, thinking deeply, keeping in view the curse of the daughter, the mains accepted the words of the gods. Thereafter, the mains gave away their daughter to Himalaya appropriately. In the auspicious occasion of the marriage, enormous festivities were held. All the gods, including Vishnu and others, reciting the name of Shiva in their minds, also participated in the same. The men gave away their daughter to Himalaya appropriately. They praised the men as well as Himalaya. Thereafter, all the gods and the sages, delightfully getting reminded of Shiva and Parvati, returned to their respective abodes delightfully. Thus, observing the function and performing the marriage appropriately, Himalaya delightfully returned to his abode. Brahma said, I have narrated the pleasant story of the marriage of Menaka with Himalaya. What more do you want to listen from me? Iti Shri Shiva Mahapurane Dvitiyayang Rudra Samhitayang Tritiye Parvati Khande Himalaya Vivaha Varnanang Nama Prathamodhyayah. Chapter 2. Sanaka's curse to Menaka and others. Narada said, O Brahma, you kindly narrate the birth of Menaka and the curse on her, removing our doubt. Brahma said, O Narada, O excellent son, possessing noble wisdom, you listen to the episode of the birth of Menaka, which I am going to narrate. O sage, there is a son of mine named Daksha, about whom I have already stated. He had 60 daughters for expanding the creation. They were married to Kashyapa and other sages, and the related details are well known to you. Now you listen to the story in detail. Out of them, the daughter named Swadha was married to the mens who produced from her 3 virtuous daughters. O excellent sage, you listen to their auspicious names which removes the obstacles and bestow welfare. The eldest daughter was known as Mena, the middle one was known as Dhanya, and the youngest one was known as Kalavati. All these 3 were the mind-born daughters of the mens. All the 3 daughters were born as Ayonija and not from the womb of Swadha, but are known to be her daughters. With the reciting of their names, all the desires of a person are fulfilled. They are the mothers of the 3 worlds and are adorable by all besides bestowing benevolence to all. They are the yoginis, being the storehouse of knowledge and pervade the 3 worlds. O excellent sage, once all the 3 sisters went to Shweta Dvipa, the abode of Vishnu, offering their salutation to Lord Vishnu. They started eulogizing him with devotion. They took their seats at the instance of Lord Vishnu. In the meantime, several people arrived there. O sage, at that very moment, Siddhas, the sons of Brahma, Sanaka, and others also reached there and took their seats with the permission of Brahma. On seeing those sages, Sanaka and others, and the people who had arrived there stood up. When the elders of the gods, respected by the people, sat down, they all bowed down to them. O sage, having been confused with the illusion of Shiva, the 3 sisters did not stand up. The illusion of Shiva confuses everyone, because the entire universe is controlled by the same. It is also called the destiny. It has many names. It is activated with the will of Shiva. There is no doubt about it. Having been overpowered with the same illusion, the girls did not bow his reverence. They, looking at them, feeling surprised, kept on sitting. Sanaka and other wise sages were immensely enraged at their indiscreet behaviors. Having been influenced with illusion of Shiva, Sanata Kumara and other sages, getting enraged, pronounced a curse on the girls. Sanata Kumara said, all the 3 of you are the daughters of men, but are still foolish and are deprived of the noble knowledge and the tattvas of the Vedas. Because of your arrogance, you did not get up, nor did you bow in reverence to us. You have been fascinated witnessing the human form leave the heaven at once. Because of the ignorance of all the three of you, you will become the wives of the humans. You will reap the reward of your deeds. Brahma said, hearing this, all the three of them were terrified as well as surprised, and lowering their heads, they fell over the feet of the sages. The daughters of the men said, O best of the sages, O ocean of mercy, be pleased with us. Out of foolishness, we did not bow in reverence to you. O Brahmana, O great sage, we have reaped the reward for the same. You are not at all to be blamed in this case. Now you be merciful on us to enable us to regain the heaven. Brahma said, O dear one, listening to their words, influenced with the illusion of Shiva, the sage said, I shall now speak out the way to free yourself of the effect of the curse. Sanat Kumara said, O three daughters of the Mens, be pleased and listen to my words, which will destroy the grief. He will be born as Parvati from Himalaya as his eldest daughter. The second daughter, named Dhanya, who is also called the Yogini, would be the wife of the king Janaka. She will, in due course of time, have Sita as her daughter, like Mahalakshmi. The youngest one at the end of Dwapara shall be the wife of Vrishabhana, a merchant, and will be known as Radha. The yogini named Menaka, getting the boons from her husband, and Parvati shall achieve the supreme position over Kailasa. Dhanya, then giving birth to the daughter named Sita, shall take the king Siradhwaja to Vaikuntha. Kalavati, on the other hand, after marrying Vrishabhana, shall give birth to a girl named Radha and shall undoubtedly proceed on to Goloka. Who achieves the glory without suffering? When the sufferings of a noble person comes to an end, then he enjoys all the comforts in the heaven. Having an audience with Vishnu, all your karmas will be washed out. Thus speaking, and having been relieved of the anger, remembering Shiva, who bestows comforts as well as the salvation, he again said, Sanat Kumara said, you listen to a few more words lovingly. My words always bestow comforts. With your minds devoted to Shiva, you are repeatedly graceful, honorable as well as adorable. The goddess Jagadambika, the daughter of Menaka, known as Parvati, will perform severe tapas and become the wife of Shiva. The girl known as Dhanya will give birth to Sita, who shall be the wife of Rama. Following the worldly traditions, she would marry Rama. Radha, the daughter of Kalavati, would be the wife of Krishna, having been bound with the secret bondage of love, and will dwell in Goloka. Brahma said, thus speaking, the excellent sage Sanat Kumar disappeared with his brothers from that place. O dear one, the three sisters, the daughters of men, getting relieved of the sins, returned to their abodes. Iti Shri Shiva Purane Dvitiyayang Rudra Samhitayang Tritiye Parvati Khande Purvagati Varnanang Nama Dvitiyadhyayah. Chapter 3. Vishnu and other gods eulogize Shiva. Narada said, O Brahma, you are well versed in all the scriptures. You tell me, What happened thereafter? You have narrated to me the astonishing type of the story relating to the rebirth of Menaka. You have also narrated about her marriage. Now you tell us about her story. What did Himalaya do after his marriage with Menaka? How was Parvati, the mother of the universe, born to her? How did Parvati perform penance, and how could she get Shiva as her husband? You speak out all these details. Brahma said, O sage, you lovingly listen to the auspicious glory of Shiva, by listening to which even a person suffering from the sin of Brahmahatya is also redeemed, getting all his desires fulfilled. When Himalaya, the lord of the mountains, reached his abode after his marriage with Menaka, then, O Narada, great festivities were observed throughout the world. Himalaya, possessing noble wisdom, invited the Brahmanas as well as the relatives and adequately welcomed them. Thereafter, pleasing all the Brahmanas as well as their relatives, getting pleased, blessed him in many ways before returning to their respective abodes. Himalaya also quite delightfully lived with Menaka at his home, besides roaming about in the Nandanavana and other forests. O sage, at that point of time, Lord Vishnu and other gods also besides the sages went to the abode of Himalaya. Finding the arrival of the gods, Himalaya was delighted, and he offered his salutation to them, and praising his own fortunes, honored them. Then he bowed his head in reverence to him with folded hands, eulogized them with devotion. The hair of Himachala stood at end, and tears of love fell from his eyes. O sage, thereafter Himachala, bowing himself in reverence, spoke to Vishnu and other gods. Himalaya said, My birth has been successful today. The penance performed by me has also been successful. The knowledge possessed by me, besides all the activities, have been successful today. Today, my race, my land, and my wife feel graceful, there is no doubt about it. Because all of you have arrived collectively in my abode, I am your humble servant, anxious to have your command. Brahma said, listening to the words of Himachala, Vishnu, and other gods felt delighted, expecting the success of their mission, and they spoke. The gods said, O immensely wise Himachala, listen to our benevolent words. We shall now reveal the purpose for which we have arrived here. Sati, the daughter of Daksha and the wife of Shiva in earlier times, had been enjoying sports on earth in the form of Uma. Having been insulted by her father, remembering her pledge, getting rid of her human body, she achieved the supreme position. The relevant story, O Himachala, is well known to you. The gods, too, will be under your control. Brahma said, on hearing the words of Vishnu and other gods, the delighted Lord Himachala said, Be it so. Then he adored them with respect. Thereafter, all the gods quite respectfully, thus speaking to Himalaya, and then went to Uma, the beloved of Shiva. Having been seated at an appropriate place, they started reciting the name of Jagadamba in their minds. They offered their salutation to the goddess, and the gods, with utmost devotion, eulogized her. The gods said, O goddess Uma, the mother of the universe, dweller of Shiva Loka, beloved of Sadashiva, Maheshwari, Durga, all of us offer our salutation to you. You are Sri Shakti, purifier, Shanta, the form of holy nourishment, and the one having the form of Mahat and Avyakta. Salutation to you. O Shiva, cause of welfare, pure, gross, subtle, the great goal, and the one who is delighted with the inner and auspicious learnings. You are the faith fortitude, and prosperity. You alone control everything. You are the splendor and energy of the sun brightening your own universe. We offer salutation to the goddess who pervades in the globe as well as in the living beings and who feeds from Brahma to the blade of grass. Salutation to you. You are Gayatri, mother of the Vedas, Savitri, and Saraswati. You are the only source of life of the universe, and you are also Vedatrayi, the form of Dharma. In all the living beings, you live in Nidra, sleep, Kshudha, hunger, Tripti, satisfaction, Trishna, lust, Kanti, luster, Chavi, Chavi, reflection, and Tushti, contentment. You delight everyone forever. Among the noble souls, you are the form of Lakshmi, and you are the foremost to punish the sinners. You are the form of calmness in all the living beings. You are the mother for the protection of all the people. You remain as Tattva in the Pancha Mahabhutas. You are justice among those who uphold justice, and you are the personification of the efforts. In the Samaveda, you are the form of song. In Yajurveda, you happen to be Granthi, blending knot. In the Rig Veda, you are the invocation. In the Samaveda, you are the song, while in the Atharvan, you are the measure of time. You are the force behind all the gods. You are Tamo Mai Shakti. You have the virtues of a mother. You are visible in the Rajasika quality of the Creator. You are the benefactress of the form of Shiva. You are the protector from the miseries of the ocean of the universe. You are the boat without the sail. You are well versed in the practices of Ashtanga Yoga. You are the dweller of the Vindhya mountain. Salutation to you. You bestow comforts in the nose, eyes, mouth, arms, chest, and the mind, always with patience for the welfare of the people. You appear in them as sleep. Let the same goddess, Bhagavati, who is engaged in creation and preservation of the universe, be pleased with us. Brahma said, thus eulogizing Jagadamba, Uma, Maheshani, and Sati, all the gods stood there in order to have a look at the goddess. Iti Shri Shiva Mahapurane Dvitiyayang Rudra Samhitayang Tritiye Parvati Khande Devastuti Devastutir Nama Tritiyodhyaya